Well, I asked LeBron, when you miss 2 weeks of basketball at this stage of your career, what's it like to try to get back up to speed? And he told me that his stamina is down right now, and that's the biggest hurdle that he has to try to overcome. Also, offensive rhythm. Now, he said defensive rhythm, he feels like he can get back in the mix relatively quickly. His main responsibility to be the effective team defender he was prior to that groin injury, he said, is he needs to start talking more, be more vocal. That is his responsibility, to call out the coverages as he sees them, get the team energy up by being that leader. And certainly they want to get that done tonight against a very potent offensive team in the Indiana Pacers.
Yeah, he talked about a little bit with McAfee as well, how he wants to be that constant leader on that Lakers squad. Boozer, LA went 3-4 during LeBron's absence. How do the Lakers get back to that former glory now that he has returned?
Yeah, exactly what Dave said. It's the defense, right? They've been very good offensively. They're shooting at a high clip, but they're giving up way too many points in transition, giving up way too many points in the paint, and obviously giving up too many points to the opposing team. They got to get back to talking. I like what Dave said about what LeBron had mentioned to him. Get back being vocal, talk to each other, be in the right locations, and be intentional about finishing defensive plays.
I love how Boozer's just like chilling back in the chair. There's like phones ringing. He's like, listen, here's how the Lakers got to get back. They need to get back on defense. Dave, what are the Lakers players saying about the spot that they find themselves in? You stay like that, Boozer. I like it.
Yeah, hotel phone. Sorry about that. And Carlos, great point. Through the adversity there. But, you know, I also spoke to Austin Reeves at Lakers shoot-around this morning, and he said this is a team that's been through some ups and downs throughout the course of the season, right? Even prior to the Luka Doncic trade, there was ups and downs under J.J. Redick's first year as a head coach. And Austin said those experiences have allowed this group already to have tough conversations, which makes him believe that they're equipped for the tough moment that they find themselves in right now. And quite frankly, Austin said that they can have some fun with it. You know, when you have a bunch of competitors like LeBron James, Austin Reeves, Luka Doncic, when you're faced with a challenge, rather than be daunted by it, you can look at it like this is an opportunity to do what I love to do, which is compete at the highest level of NBA basketball.
And we'll see that obviously tonight, because as you mentioned, Dave, this Indiana Pacers team is potent. So Boozer, focusing strictly on tonight's matchup, what do the Lakers need to do tonight to get the win on the road against Indiana?
Aside from just the defense, I mean, we've touched on that obviously, but for me, I like how Luka comes out in the first quarter. He imposes his will. He scores like 10 to 12 points a game in the first quarter, but you see him kind of defer and kind of get his teammates involved throughout the rest of the game. And in the fourth quarter, he's not scoring as much. I'd like to see the ball in Luka's hand more at the end of the game, and that's obviously secondary to the Lakers as a team playing better defense.
All right, Pacers on a 5-game win streak. They've won 7 out of their last 9. It's going to be a tough task for the Lakers, but hey, they look fully healthy. Dave and Carlos, we appreciate it.
Scooby and Shay on SportsCenter. History was made at MSG in the Knicks win over the Mavs last night. Josh Hart broke the franchise record for most triple-doubles in a single season with 9. Shay, this brother, prior to last season, didn't have one triple-double in his career. Now look at him. Karl-Anthony Towns also had his own triple-double, first with the Knicks, third of his career, making them the first Knicks teammates to put up triple-doubles in the same game. We now welcome in senior NBA writer Tim Bontemps and analyst Carlos Boozer. Tim, let's start with you. Knicks, they got it done last night, but they're still battling some injuries, especially with their best player, Jalen Brunson, out of the lineup. They face a Clippers team that's been cooking lately, winning 8 out of their last 10. What are you hearing ahead of tonight's matchup?
Well, Scooby, as you mentioned, the Clippers have been rolling. They won 5 in a row before losing late against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Sunday. And the reason they've been rolling mostly has been the play of Kawhi Leonard, averaging 25 points a game in March, shooting 52% from the field, 40% from 3, and starting to look like the Kawhi Leonard of old. Last week against the Cavs, he was doing a lot of the stuff that we saw him do at his peak when he was leading the Spurs and the Raptors to NBA titles. And if that Kawhi Leonard can be available down the stretch for this Clipper team, we have not really talked about them at all, Scooby, over the last couple of months. But they're sitting a half game behind the Warriors for the 6th spot in the Western Conference standings. If they win against the Knicks tonight, they move into a tie for that spot. And they've got a really easy schedule coming up. They play the Mavs a couple times, they play the Pelicans, the Spurs. They have the Nets on Friday. They've got a real opportunity to move up the standings. If they've got a healthy Kawhi, healthy James Harden, and Ivica Zubac in the playoffs, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. And as for the Knicks, you mentioned Jalen Brunson. He remains out with that ankle sprain. It's going to be an update on his status over the weekend. Miles McBride will once again sit out with an injury. He sat out last night. He's out again tonight. And Mitchell Robinson, who sat out the first night of a back-to-back, he will be on the court tonight for the Knicks, not on the injury report, to go up against Zubac inside for the Clippers.
Yeah, Boozer, the Clippers, you just heard it from Tim. They're still a play-in team as a 7th seed, and this is such a critical point of the season right now as they try to work their way into the playoffs. So how do they get this win in MSG tonight?
Yeah, I've relied on their stars, right? James Harden's been there before. What Tim just said, Kawhi Leonard is playing outstanding. The last 3 games, he's played over 35 minutes in each game, being more and more efficient. Zubac is having the best year of his career, outstanding season. Rely on your stars. Go to Kawhi early and often. Let James create for the entire team. Don't forget about Norman Powell's having a great season. He almost played himself into an all-star spot this year. Rely on your stars. Keep playing that great defense. And offensively, go to Kawhi early and often.
Yeah, I mean, Norman Powell, such a great story this season. Clippers, do not sleep on them. But you mentioned stars. So, Tim, you also covered the Celtics for us. And health is a major concern for Boston right now as Jason Tatum went down with an ankle sprain versus the Kings Monday night. So what's the latest on Tatum's injury?
Well, the latest is Jason Tatum is going through a heavy workout after shoot-around in Phoenix right now, Scooby, going through his usual post-shoot-around routine with Celtics workout coaches, and we'll see if he's able to go tonight. He's listed as doubtful for the game with that sprained ankle. As you mentioned, he suffered that when he turned his ankle, landing after a three-pointer, and Domantas Sabonis contested it in the second half of Monday's win in Sacramento. But the most important thing for the Celtics is Tatum shot the free throws that night, walked off under his own power. Video of him today working out at shoot-around. He looks pretty normal, moving around well on that ankle. And for a Celtics team that is firmly locked into the 2nd seed in the Eastern Conference, they've been exceedingly cautious with injuries throughout the season. That's certainly not going to change with Tatum's status tonight moving forward, nor with the rest of their roster, as they're just trying to get to the playoffs healthy in their attempt to defend their title.
Yeah, that's good news for Celtics fans such as myself. Good to see that Jason Tatum is on the court. Hey, Boozer, the Suns, they're having a late season resurgence right now. They have a tough schedule coming up in the last 10 games of the season, and the Mavs are still right there with them as they both try to fight for that last play-in spot. So how does Phoenix sustain this momentum?
I think they keep going. I mean, KD's playing at a great level right now. He's being very aggressive. He's taking shots. He's basically led the charge offensively for that team. And without Bradley Beal, Devin Booker has become basically the point guard of that team. He's setting everybody up. He's still scoring at a high clip, but he's getting everybody involved. They're doing a great job defensively. They're getting stops when they have to get stops. But again, rely on your stars. Kevin Durant, one of the best scorers we've ever seen in this league, is knocking down shots all over the place. Booker is hard to guard. They got a tough schedule. But again, at the same time, they're able to have 2 guys that are 2 of best players that we have in this game at putting the ball in the bucket. If they can keep doing that and get some stops, they can secure that 10th spot.
I mean, Booze, KD is dang near averaging 40 points in the last couple of games, and then Devin Booker is just getting assist after assist. Which of the 2 has really impressed you the most?
I think Devin Booker's just ability to go from being a 2-guard and just in attack mode to being a point guard and being able to distribute and still be in attack mode to score. He's like a combo guard that can be your lead guy if you have to be, doing a great job of it.
Yeah, that is so true. It's fun to watch. Both of them, we'll see if they can make that playoff push. Fellas, appreciate you spending some time with us.
The U.S. women's national team roster was announced yesterday ahead of their first match, which will be...
Sâu sống lắm. Chị vào đây chơi đi. Và chị được cắt nhiều rồi. Vì nhiều và oai lắm. Gì? Mẹ không được lệ. Mẹ thấy buồn nghe. Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp tục hướng dẫn các bạn câu tượng, và tượng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là Naruto. Các bạn ơi, tượng của mình sẽ là Son Goku.